All right, this is part two. I apologize for that, folks. I had a little technical difficulties. I've been having these technical difficulties here lately. I don't know what it is, but what was I talking about? I was talking about the mother and the home environment for that young man that was arrested and charged down in Georgia with that school shooting last week. Yeah, that's right. The home environment wasn't that healthy. Textbook. I gotta say, it's textbook. And it appears, hey, we know he was bullied, and his father bought him an AR-15 style rifle for Christmas. I guess that's a wonderful Christmas present. Is that what we're doing as parents now? We're no longer telling our kids to, hey, turn the other cheek, stand up for yourself, fight. We just give them a gun and just let them do what the hell they want to. Go around killing their classmates. Were those two classmates he killed, were they the ones bullying him? Probably not. Probably not. So yeah, the father has now been arrested and charged. He's going to sit in jail right beside his son because if I'm not mistaken, can swear they said their next court date isn't scheduled till sometime in December. How ironic. You gave your son a Christmas gift of an AR-15 style rifle, and now you're sitting in jail, and your next court date is in December of this year. How ironic. I guess that's what we're doing now as parents. We don't tell our kids to, like I said, turn the other cheek, stand up for yourself, give them a gun. Is that the new thing now? Well, now what they're saying also is that, well, if you've been following what has happened within the past few years, you remember the parents in Michigan when their son shot up a school, they were charged and convicted. So this may be the second case here in the United States where parents are actually being charged and quite possibly could be convicted. Mm-hmm. The other thing that just came out is looks like the mother tried to get in touch with the school the morning of, hours before he started that shooting. Tried to get in touch with the counselor. Got in touch with the counselor, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and said, hey, you got to go find him right now and pull him out of that class. Mother knew what he had. Wow. Just wow. This is just this just screams of just foolery 101. Just foolery 101. Just does. Just does. All right. Let's go get it. I told you guys I was going to talk to you guys about this is of course September. This is of course Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And me as a 50-year-old man and African American, I'm finding out I am at a high risk of prostate cancer. So yeah, it's only fitting I talk about it, don't you think? Now, prostate cancer, it occurs. It is a cancer that occurs in the prostate. The prostate, if you say to yourself, what in the world is a prostate? Is a small walnut-shaped gland in males that produces the seminal fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. So it's a very valuable organ or part of our body. Us as men. Uh, Prostate cancer is, of course, the most common type of cancer. Many prostate cancers grow slowly, where they may not be serious or cause harm. However, while some types of prostate cancers grow slowly and may need minimal or even no treatment, other types are aggressive and can spread quickly. And that's where you have a problem. Uh, just like with any cancer, but with prostate cancer, it starts in the prostate, and then it spreads to other organs and metastasizes. And that's where there's a problem. And I'm wondering, and they really haven't given a definitive answer. They're still saying, hey, we really don't know what causes. We're learning how to treat it if it's caught in time. I'm wondering if when this thing starts to metastasize, I'm wondering if that is because it has been left there for so long. That's why it is important. When I say it's been left there for so long, that's why it's very important that we have these routine doctor's visits, these screenings. And I'm going to add one more thing to the list. We have got to start noticing our bodies more, looking, touching, feeling, doing whatever we need to do to make sure we're okay. Do like women. We know what women do. They'll stand in front of that mirror or they'll look wherever they can, however they can, and any little thing, any little bump, hump, scrape, mold, or scratch, they're on it. That's what we have to start doing as men. We've got to start being aware of what's going on with our bodies. Not only aware, but stop ignoring it. It's there for a reason. It's not normal for things to just pop up on your body all of a sudden. You weren't born with it. Where did it come from? That's why I say those self-body examinations are just as important as those routine doctor's visits and health screens. They just are. Take a page out of the women's book. Ain't no shame in it. Ain't no shame in it. Now, just like I said earlier, they're saying prostate cancer, that's detected earlier when it is still confined to the prostate gland, has the best chance of successful treatment. That means they can treat it. It's small. It can be treated or it can be maintained. Now, the symptoms of prostate cancers are so where I say you got to be aware of what's going on with your body. Now, in the early stages, what they're saying, there may be no signs or symptoms. But as the prostate cancer progresses and advances, it does cause some signs and symptoms and warnings. Let's just say that. You may have trouble urinating, decreased force in the stream of urine, blood in the urine, blood in the semen, bone pain, losing weight without trying, and erectile dysfunction. Now that'll scare any man. Just with. So it's some things, the symptoms are pretty cut and dry. Just like I said earlier, these bumps and scratches or whatever, or disfiguration or discoloration that appear on your body out of the blue, you weren't born with it. You need to be aware of what's going on with your body, I would think. So if you're having, if you had a trouble urinating for a while, there's a very limited force in your stream of urine, meaning it's that little trickle, or you're having to force yourself to pee. That's a problem. And of course, if you see blood in the urine or blood in the semen, come on now. That's a huge red flag, homie. You need to expeditiously take your hind parts to the doctor. I think that would freak you out. I know it would me. Then again, what do I know? What do I know? Well, I think I'm just going to be honest with you. We as men, we have to stop this machismo crap, this macho thing, this thing of saying, hey, I'm a man. I know what's wrong with my body. It's all right. It ain't all right. If you're having any of these symptoms and you had these symptoms for a while and you still haven't made your way down to the doctor's office, it's a problem. It ain't all right. You ain't all right. Come on. It's not rocket science. It's your body. You're in that body for how long? How many years? You're up on your feet for how long out of a 24-hour day? You know when something's not right. You do. You just do. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. And when I say these things about ignoring your body and the pains and the quirks and whatever, what have you, I was that dude for the longest time. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm a man. I feel fine. And over the years, as I've gotten older, I'm more aware. And also by doing these podcasts. Like I tell you guys, I've been doing this for 4 years. I have almost 500 podcasts, totally combined audio and video. As I was doing these podcasts for Men's Health Month, colon cancer, diabetes, stroke signs, cancer, other forms of cancer, colon, prostate, I was learning so much, and I was starting to think to myself, wait a minute, I may not have these symptoms and signs, but I am that guy that will ignore things or not go to the doctor. Yeah, I was that guy. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. If you look for me not to be there, you might get your feelings hurt because I'm there. Hell, I'll probably be there 30, 45 minutes early with a list. That's another thing we have to do as men. Make a list of what's going on with you, man. You're not going to remember everything when you go into that doctor's office. You're already going to be nervous. Make a list. You have how much damn near, some of you guys got a $5 or $6 or $1,000 iPhone. You can make a list. What's your excuse? There's no excuse. Make a list. Go to those doctor's visits. Go to those routine screenings. Go to those routine doctor's visits. Check your body over yourself. Find out what's going on with you and stay up on it. Just do. It's just, if you see these numbers or you hear these stories of these men that quite possibly could have lived longer, and when I say live longer, it could have been managed as opposed to waiting, putting it off, and then going to the doctor, and it's too late. I don't know if I had an epiphany, but one day it just came to me. And I said to myself, man, I don't want to be that guy that finally goes to the doctor and there ain't a damn thing the doctor can do for me, but make me as comfortable as possible and call the chaplain in and say a prayer for me. So you're really fooling yourself. You're saying to yourself, oh, it ain't that important. It ain't that big a deal. Think about that. Would you want to be, how are you going to feel if you're that guy that happens and you're leaving behind family members, leaving behind your children, your wife? How are you going to be able to look them in the face and tell them, I foolishly blew this off and now it's too late? I'm not going to be a part of your life anymore. I'm gone. I'm all the way up out of here. How would you feel? I thought about that. And I said, oh boy, I better get on the stick. Better get on the stick. Now, let's move along here. What they're saying is there's no clear explanation as to what causes prostate cancers. But doctors do know that prostate cancer begins when the cells in the prostate develops changes in their DNA. If you know anything about DNA, it is pretty much an instructions to the cell that tell it what to do. So somehow, some way, something happened. The cells in the prostate begin to change, and it can't perform its function any longer. It tells the cells to grow and divide more rapidly than normal cells do. Now, the abnormal cells that continue living when the other cells will die. So the ones that have been told to grow and develop faster and quicker, they continue living. That what would usually be the healthy cells, they die off. Wow. That's the short answer. Wow. Now, let's talk about the risk factors, because the risk factors, wow. Some of it I knew and some of it I didn't know. Older age. They're saying you're at risk of prostate cancer, and it increases as you age. It's most common after 50. Yeah, most common after 50. And race. I told you guys at the beginning of this podcast, for some strange reason, they can't definitively give an explanation, But they're saying that according to these numbers, black males have a greater risk of developing prostate cancers than other races. Also, in black males, is damn near what they're saying is a given that it's going to be more aggressive in advance. Blowing off those routine doctor's visits, blowing off those screenings, not looking and noticing things that are going on with your body until it's too late. There's a reason I said that, and there it is. As it relates for us as black men over the age of 50, we're at an extremely high rate of getting prostate cancer in the advanced stage. Hope that drives home to somebody. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the last podcast, part 1, share this podcast. Share these podcasts when I start talking about these men's health issues. And hey, if you got to force it down someone's throat in order for it to click in their dome that they're harming themselves and it ain't all about them, it's about the family members they quite possibly could leave behind, do it. By any and all means necessary. Do it. Get in their head, get in their face, let them know. Playtime's over. If you got to drag them down to the doctor's office or the hospital or whatever, drag them. Hell, you can beat them over the head. I wouldn't care. Beat them over the head. Get their tails in that doctor's office and find out what is going on with them. Now, of course, you know, the previous mentioned race and older age, but what they're saying also, as with most cancers, we know the family history. If a blood relative, such as a parent, sibling, or child, has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, you're also at a risk, and it may be increased. Also, if you have a family history of genes that increase the risk of breast cancer, you have a very strong family history of breast cancer, you're at risk of prostate cancer also, and it may be higher. I didn't know that. That's a new one on me. You learn something new every day, because I was thinking family history. That means you had somebody in the family that, another male that had prostate cancer. What they're saying is if you had a family member, female and male, because males can get breast cancers too, and that female had developed breast cancer, you're at a strong risk of developing prostate cancer. Wow. Obesity. Well, I'm working on it. Okay. Call me out. I know I'm pudgy. Obesity is, I hate to put it like this, but obesity is the root cause of a lot of ailments. I mean, it ain't just diabetes or high blood pressure. It's cancer also now, we know. So you got to stay in shape. You got to get in shape. People that are obese may have a high risk of prostate cancer along with some other ailments compared to people with a considerably healthy average weight. But they're saying also the studies do have mixed results. In some obese people, the cancer is more likely to be more aggressive and more likely to return after initial treatment. Well, I got to drop this weight. I dropped a little bit. I got to say, I'm proud of myself. I was much bigger than this. So I've dropped a lot of weight. Hey, at one point in time in my life, I got up to almost 300 pounds. Standing 5'8". Painful. It was extremely painful. Boy, my knees, my ankles, my feet, my back, my neck and my back. They were screaming and they were telling the tale. Oh, I dare you. So yeah, get that weight off. Keep that weight off. Get in shape. Hey, no one says you have to go in there and lift the whole damn gym. No one says you have to go and run a marathon. Just do something. Get active. It's like I tell you guys during Men's Health Month. A lot of these ailments that we have as men and women is because we're not physically active like we used to be. Like we're supposed to be. Not used to be. Let's just throw that out the window. Like we're supposed to be. We are still supposed to be physically active. It's hard. A lot of days when you get off work, you're like, man, I done been drugged all day. I ain't going to do nothing. So you sit on the couch, just flop on the couch and just sit there. Eat, drink, then you go to sleep. Then you get up and repeat it the next day. So we got to get physically active also. This helps a lot with not just cancer, but a lot of more of these elements that we know about also. Um, Complications with prostate cancer. I think I'm gonna end it right there. I'll pick back up on that tomorrow. Well, the next podcast when I talk about prostate cancer. So we let's go back over what we know about prostate cancer and the risk factors: older age, over 50, the race factor for black men over 50, we're at a higher rate. The reason being, they're saying that they didn't say it, but let's be honest with each other. When we finally, a lot of us, when we finally make it to the doctor's office, it's usually in the advanced stage. Sadly, and if it's in an advanced stage and it has metastasized, spread to other organs or spread throughout the body, it may just be too late. So that's where race comes in. I can't express that enough. All of this ties back into those routine doctor's visits, those routine screenings, those self-examinations. I got to be honest with you. Like I told you guys, I was that guy. I was that black male. I ain't want no doctor's office. I ain't no doctor. I don't need nobody telling me what's wrong with me. Just dumb. Just dumb. Country dumb. You ever heard that expression, country dumb? Hey, I foolishly did it for a very long time. I just did. I know there's many others out there that have done it also. And of course, you know, the family history. If you have blood relatives that has had prostate cancer, whether it be parent, sibling, or child, you may have a high risk of developing prostate cancer also. And also, if you had a female in the family or male, because like I said, male can get breast cancer too, that has had breast cancer, you're at a risk of developing prostate cancers also. And of course, obesity. Obesity is the catalyst for so much. Lack of exercise, just sitting around eating all day. It just is. It just is, man. I tell you, there's so much that goes into our bodies as we get older that we really have got to be up on and got to stay on top of. No week for the weary comes to mind. No sleep for the weary. Gotta be up on these things. Gotta go to these routine doctor's visits. Gotta get these screenings. Do those self-examinations that may save your life. You know, a doctor and a screening can't get everything. Like I said, a lot of times, sadly, when we finally do make it to the doctor, it's too late. It has metastasized and it has grown and it has spread. So those self-examinations, in a second you see something that is going on or if it doesn't sit right with you, because you'll know. You will know. And usually when you blow something off, you already know something ain't right, but you still purposely blow it off. So you'll know something's off. Something ain't right with me. Fix it. Man, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to skedaddle. Man, if I could say anything to any man out there today, take your health seriously. Think about it. Take your health seriously. You only get one life. A lot of people don't get a do-over. A lot of people aren't blessed and fortunate, you know, to get a second chance at life. You only get one. What if you're that guy that doesn't get that second chance and you blew the one chance you had simply because you refused to go to the doctor? You refuse to take those routine screenings and you refuse to do those self-examinations. Or you just ignored what was there. The lump, the trouble, or you ignored the symptoms of prostate cancer. Trouble urinating, decreased force in the stream of your urine, blood in the urine, blood in the semen, bone pain, you're losing weight, or erectile dysfunction. These are all the signs and symptoms of those self-examination and self-awareness of what's going on with your body, man. Don't be that dude. Don't be that guy that shows up at the last minute and wants that miracle pill or that miracle to happen after you have ignored it for far too long. Don't be that guy. Just don't. All right. I'm going to go on and get out of here. I'm going to go on and skedaddle. Get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this topic. These topics I talked about today, the prostate cancer. That's very important, especially if you're over 50 and you're a black male. That's extremely important. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no gray area. Ain't no go-between. That's your life. That's your livelihood. That's your life. That's your wife. That's your kids. That's your life. So, man, yeah, take it seriously. Take it seriously. So get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about that. Also, let me know what you think about this father being charged down in Georgia. Should he be charged? Yeah. You knew the kid was being bullied. He went and bought him a gun. Is that what we're doing now as parents? Apparently. And also, are you guys as excited as I am about the presidential debate tomorrow night? The circus is coming to town. It's going to be a circus. It's going to be a circus. It just is. It just is. Hey, man, are you guys excited about that NFL coming back? I know I am. I am ecstatic. I've been waiting and fiending. I don't know how long, how many months. I've been, when the preseason started, I was like, I'm going to look at a few games. I ain't going to really get too hype about it. It's just preseason. But now that the regular season has started, boy, I can't wait. Even though I got to say, and I understand it was the first week of the season. Wasn't really impressed with the play and the scores. But as the season progresses, we all know what happens. Then comes that fun and excitement. So I'll keep watching and I'll keep you guys updated on that. Hey, and as always, I want to thank you all for lending me your ear this morning. Continue to like, support, share, offer feedback. Like I said, get in that comment section. Let me know what you guys think about these topics I've been talking about, the topics I talked about today. Comment and also share. Share this, especially this podcast here, this part 2 with a stubborn man. Just do. Hey, and as always, like I say, thank you guys for listening to This Is Just a Thought with Stephen Corner Gay. Amen.